Hello and welcome to Ferris Sports Update. I'm your host, Rob Bentley, and thanks for tuning in. On today's first show of the 2024-2025 athletic season, we'll talk Bulldog football and we'll preview the start of the Bulldog volleyball and women's soccer seasons. We'll start first, though, with Bulldog football and joined by assistant coach, defensive coordinator Ryan Hodges. And Coach, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me again, Rob.
I knew coming into this year, you guys knew it was going to be a challenge going on the road to face a very good opponent in Pitt State, and it certainly proved to be that this past Saturday night.
Yeah, we knew they were a good opponent, and the opening of week 0 gave us a chance to really face a top-level Division II team, and that's what we were seeking, and we were able to schedule them. So I think it was a great matchup for us. Obviously
a tough environment going on the road with nearly 11,000 people and a lot of fans wearing red and gold, maybe not so much for the Ferris State side, but for the Pittsburgh State side. Yeah, it's the type of environment we love, though. That's why we play the game. We want those types of environments. So for us, it was a great challenge, and you know, it gave us a sense of purpose throughout camp that we knew we were playing a really good opponent to start the season, and you know, we feel like we were up to that challenge. As we go to some of the highlights, obviously a long flight. Maybe talk about how the guys kind of handled the flight going on the road to play a game like this.
Well, we practiced down in East Kentwood before the flight, and then we found out our flight had been delayed. And so we just kind of transitioned. One thing we do well in this staff is make adjustments. So we made adjustments, did some of our meetings there at East Kentwood High School, a beautiful place, and they allowed us to do some in their classrooms and knock some things out before getting on the plane. And I think the guys adapted really well.
Obviously here in the game, you had some new faces on the defensive side that we're seeing their first action as Bulldogs. Maybe talk about how some of those guys adapted on the field.
It was good to see. You know, we got Connor back, who played for us before, but we had some new defensive ends, and you know, you can see right here, Tyrone makes a great play, and he showed us some resilience. You know, Jalen Jones makes a great pick in the end zone, and you know, he's been on our team, but he really kind of had more of a role this year, and you know, Tyrone again blocking a field goal. So we had some guys step up, and you know, we got some work to do as well.
I know certainly the defense had a strong performance most of the way, but some plays you'd like to have back on both sides of the football.
Absolutely. You know, no matter how good we play, there's always something that we can find that we can get better at. And after watching the tape, you know, we left some plays on the table as a defense. We got 4 sacks. That's one of the things as a staff. We worked this offseason hard to make sure we can get to the quarterback more. But we left 4 more on the table. We could have had 8 sacks on the night, and maybe that could have helped change the outcome.
How much does it help for a defensive unit having some guys that played a lot of football for you before back, just kind of some of those veterans?
You know, it's good because we can build upon each other and we can grow, and some of those guys know the standard, know how we practice. They know a lot of the calls already, so having veterans kind of lead the younger guys, lead the new guys, and you know, we've always been a place that, you know, it doesn't matter what you've done. There is no seniority here. If you're the better player, you're going to get an opportunity to play.
I know, and speaking with you, you certainly some mistakes made, but the effort was there, and you got to like what those guys were able to do effort-wise on Saturday night.
Absolutely. You know, our defense played hard all game, and you love to see it, you know, and we're just going to continue to push to have that relentless effort and work hard every week.
Obviously this week back at home, host Lake Erie in the home opener, and kind of exciting for these guys to be back at home playing in front of the home fans.
Yeah, it's great. You know, it's always good to be back in Big Rapids, night game, so our guys will be really excited. It is going to be a little cold for this early in the season, but, you know, it's football weather, so defensively we're going to love it.
How much of a challenge is it now playing a second straight team here that obviously has a new head coach and a new coaching staff to go with it?
You know, it's a unique challenge. You know, so last week, you know, they had a new offensive coordinator. We didn't know exactly what they were going to run. We had a good idea, and we got a good feel for what they did, and we felt good about our preparation. But we got the same challenge this week. So it's more about us. You know, we've got to understand our checks, our formation checks, and our adjustments, and be have very open lines of communication from players to coaches, players to players, and coaches to coaches. And I think we do a good job of that, and it helps us work out our adjustments. And so it's going to be another adjustment game, and we'll game plan for as many scenarios as we can hit for our guys so they feel comfortable in it, and then it's just up to them to go out and execute.
What's kind of been the resolve of the guys, I guess, coming back this week as you get back to practice, coming off a game like that?
Well, it's when you lose, it's tough, no matter what. We don't play this game to lose. And the only thing that's good about it right now is we're going to have 10 more opportunities. And so our guys are excited for another opportunity to make sure that we go out there and work on our weaknesses, work on the things that we struggled with, and really try to get better and maybe not leave so many plays on the table. So when we get our opportunities, you know, maybe we can change the outcome of the game. And so I think our guys are looking forward to it.
You mentioned earlier Connor Neer coming back from Oklahoma. Maybe talk about what he's meant having him back as a Bulldog again.
You know, just having a guy that's been here and who's been somewhere else and has that leadership capabilities to go out there and, you know, try to help guys do things the right way. So it's been really good having his voice in the room.
Playing at home on Saturday night, what will be some keys for the Bulldogs to come out and hopefully get a win?
You know, just continue to build, stack days upon days and get better every day. And, you know, just do our best to minimize the mistakes. And as a coaching staff, we got to put our guys in great position to make those plays. And I think with the staff that we got, you know, with Coach Tony, our co-DC, he does a great job. He's a great football mind. He puts these guys in great position. They got to go out and make plays. And a lot of our coaches, you know, Coach Caserta, he's a former D coordinator, so he's got that mindset. You know, Coach Smith has been in D2 football for a long time, and in this conference, he understands what it takes to be really good. Coach Shreve is probably the hardest working GA in the country, and he does an awesome job making sure we're prepared all the time. And I got a lot of younger guys that are really, really good and really hungry and want to be great coaches and are willing to do whatever it takes to help us be great. So I'm confident in the fact that defensively we're going to come out there and play our butts off. And I know the offense is going to come back strong, and we're going to go out and fight these next 10 weeks to give us an opportunity to make the playoffs.
I know it's a one game at a time mentality, but how do these types of games, the one you just played, obviously this week and next week, how do they help prepare you for the start of conference play?
You know, anytime you're facing a great opponent and a high-ranked opponent that's a good team, it helps you. You know, you want to come away with those games with victories, but you kind of see where you're at and what you need to do to get where you want to be. It doesn't do us any good to continuously play teams that are in a different division or that are, you know, an NAIA team. You know, it's good to get those games in. It gets guys experience, but you really want to play the best opponents you can, and that's why I love this conference week in and week out, because we get to play a lot of really good opponents.
Obviously this week at home, and I know looking forward to seeing many of those Bulldog alums back to watch this team in action.
Absolutely. It's always good seeing former teammates and, you know, seeing everybody after the game. And, you know, I just hope I'm not upset at the end, because even when we win, sometimes there's plays that we get upset about. But I love this sport, I love this game, and I love this town, so it's great.
Coach, thanks for the time, and best of luck Saturday night, 6 o'clock kickoff against Lake Erie.
Thanks, Coach. Can't wait.
We'll be back with more right after this.